Have you ever worked with your vagus nerve? I believe as a healer, it is crucial that we work with our vagus nerve. And I'm going to tell you now why it is so crucial. Hello and welcome to another blog update for Indigo Spirit Academy. Picture this. It's November 2011. It was the 11 of the 11th of the 11th of the 11th, 11th of the 11th portal gateway activation, brought to you by the Children of the Sun Foundation. Yeah, I was registered, I received the blog updates and the activations for the Children of the Sun Foundation. It was an awesome experience. They released monthly meditations on the full moon and articles to precede it that would bring enlightenment and activations and all kinds of stuff for our spiritual development and ascension prior to 2012. You remember the 2012 Great Rapture where everybody was taken away and those who went to heaven and the Lord came and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, just being a bit facetious. So yeah, I got these activations, and prior to the 11th of the 11th of the 11th of the 11th of the 11th, they had a 5-week activation, and each week was a different activation. And one of them, I can't remember if it was part of that Keys to the Gateway activations, or if it was another one prior to that, one of the full moon ones, that they actually did a vagus nerve activation where you meditated on the vagus nerve. And this particular week, a friend of mine had a nasty accident. She fell up the stairs. We laugh, but it was really bad. She actually was rushed to hospital because she thought she had broken her, I think it's the fibula, the shin bone, the bone at the front of your shin. Now, apparently that is quite a hard bone, and it's one of the bones that doesn't break easily. And she thought she'd broken it. And the pain was excruciating, and it was swollen, and it was bruised real bad. So they went to the hospital, had x-rays taken, and it was found it wasn't broken, it was just a really nasty fall. But this was one of a series of falls that she's had that particular year. So now, me in this meditation, I sit down, I put my phone on silent, I put it on airplane mode, because I've learned my lesson. People sometimes disturb you while you're meditating. And it was around about 8 o'clock in the evening, because everybody would connect on the grid at a particular time. So that it was one guided meditation at the same time globally. And they would go through the meditation. They would start off with an induction where they induce a slight trance and then take you into your heart space to connect to the vagus nerve. Now, it's not in that meditation, it wasn't pertinently noted that they activate the vagus nerve or that you're moving into your vagus nerve. They just take you into the center of your chest. Everybody knew that's where your vagus nerve is. Why am I telling you this? Have you ever worked with your vagus nerve? I believe as a healer, it is crucial that we work with our vagus nerve. And I'm going to tell you now why it is so crucial. As I sat down and moved into my heart space, my mind started wandering off. And I started having mental conversations with my friend. And I started asking her and doing counseling for her in the back of my mind, thinking that when I see her again, I will sit down with her and we'll just have a chat about it, a casual counseling session. since she's a healer as well, and she was on the same path as I am, she wouldn't have minded. So I would do the counseling for her and help her with it, and see what answers would come up. But then in my imagination, I was drifting off and having the counseling session in my mind already. After the meditation, which was usually about an hour long, I opened my phone and saw that she sent me a message, and she asked me, "Did you just send me Reiki?" I said to her, "No, not. I was doing my activation for the Children of the Sun." Why? What happened? And she said, "Me and my daughter were sitting and we were looking at my leg, and I could feel the tingling and I could see the swelling go down and the bruising go lighter, the bruising starting to dissipate." I said to her, "When was this?" She said, "Well, it was round about 8:05, thereabouts," which was round about the same time that I was busy connecting to my heart space, the vagus nerve. This sort of made a connection with me, because now I already knew about the vagus nerve, and I knew that if you connect to it, it gives a nice soft fuzzy feeling when you're in your heart space and meditating on it, and you can activate it through breathing or meditating. And I thought to myself, hang on, there's something here. There's something that I need to look at and I need to explore. And this is when I started really, really getting into the vagus nerve and connecting with my vagus nerve, because that's where the heart is. Now you can go check my blog update that I wrote about 2 or 3 years ago about the vagus nerve. There are some links to medical documents and medical articles about the vagus nerve and how it works and how it can help with inflammation. At the same time, we also know that the vagus nerve emits an energy that can be measured and detected through specialized equipment. That energy has a consciousness. And when you employ or when you apply your consciousness to this energy, you can direct it and send it to a person who needs healing. You can either activate their vagus nerve at a distance, and if you know quantum science and quantum physics, you'll know that there is no distance. It's immediate. It's like flicking a switch and it's really on. There's no traversing of space and time. To help that person heal their bodies. So the point of this whole blog update is to stress how important it is to work with the vagus nerve, whether you're a healer, meditator, or just somebody on a spiritual path. The vagus nerve, when it's active and when it's healthy, not only heals the body and helps with inflammation and other conditions, but can also help with harmony within the body, within the consciousness, and help with developing compassion and self-love and all those wonderful, fluffy and pretty and woo-woo things that we are trying to cultivate as a humanity. I'd love to help you with that. I'd love to teach you how to work with it and maybe just give you a bit of counseling or guidance. Let me know in the comments or contact me directly. You know how to get hold of me, either through Facebook or Instagram or on my webpage. Let's start a conversation. Let's work with the vagus nerve and get more people activated in it. Even join my Heart Connect group meditations. They are for free. They happen on Facebook Live. You're welcome to join. Just send a request to the Heart Connect group meditation group to join the group. And maybe just say there you heard about it on my blog, and I'll approve the application. And then, let's work with the vagus nerve. I'm excited to work with it, work with you with the vagus nerve.